And welcome back. Living a heart-healthy lifestyle begins at an early age. Here with how you can create quick snacks for your children that are good for them. Welcome dietitian Janet Carter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And let's talk about first of all your background, because you know a lot about making sure kids have a good diet.
Yes, I'm a registered dietitian and I run the Heart Health program at MUSC, which is a weight management program for children and
so
teens.
Important. And why is this so important to make sure that kids from an early age start learning how to eat healthy and eat right?
Obviously, we have a lot of health issues that need to be addressed at a young age, and a lot of children these days are heading down the path that we don't want them to go down, so we need to make sure we get started early.
That's right. And you know, we've got some suggestions today, don't we? What are we going to make right here? These are pretty easy to make, I guess, since we're doing it here in studio.
Yes. A lot of folks know the traditional ants on a log, which you have celery, peanut butter, and raisins. So you got your little ants on the log. I have made a creative change to this, and I'm going to do ants on a raft, which if you take a half an apple.
And now what kind of, over there at MUSC, besides the nutrition aspect of it, what else do we do for the children over there?
With the Heart Health program, we have a fitness component where the children can exercise, and we do group sessions where there's guest speakers and demonstrations and things like that. So it's a very comprehensive program for them based on health and wellness.
Now, do you find it hard to kind of get them motivated to not only exercise but to eat right, or do they kind of take to it since they're maybe younger?
A lot of them take to it on their own. A lot of them need a lot of encouragement from their families, which sometimes is there and sometimes is not. But it just kind of depends on the dynamic of the family and what stage the child is at.
Now, for folks at home, for parents, how do you suggest that they kind of approach this? I mean, is it like get the kid involved, making them as well, that kind of thing?
Absolutely, yeah. Anytime you can get the children involved, that's going to be your best bet because they're going to really take ownership of it. And I think that's really an important way for them to make changes.
And these seem like they're pretty much things you might have in your cupboard on hand as it is, right?
Absolutely. We've got wraps, we've got bananas, we've got peanut butter. I mean, these are things that are pretty typical things that folks have at home. So you could just, this is one simple thing that you can put some peanut butter on a wrap with some honey, cut up a banana, slice it up, and just wrap it up, and they can take it and go. It doesn't have to be something that's
and I noticed
big
these
and elaborate.
Are like whole wheat, so it's making the better choices too in buying the food.
Right, so you want to include everything that I have here, includes some sort of fruit or vegetable, and then whole grains, things that have a lot of fiber, so very healthy stuff.
Yeah, I see you have cereal with the yogurt, and we've had somebody on the show before, and they called it a breakfast lasagna type thing.
Very cute.
Yeah, and it's kind of layering, but it's popular, isn't it?
Yeah, actually what I was going to do is just mix the cereal in here, and you can do it, and that's really quick and easy on the run. I mean, you take a couple bites out of the yogurt and then just pour some cereal in and mix it up, and it's a very quick and easy way to take something with you. And that's oftentimes what I find the most is that people say they don't have time for breakfast because they're in too big of a hurry. Well, look at this, ants on a raft, take it with you. It's ready to go. So it's very easy to do these kinds of things that you can take, and they're very portable.
And we always hear this, but breakfast is the most important meal of the day, is it not? Because that kind of sets everything up for the day. So you have everything in there. You got protein, your fruits, and obviously if you have this, you have a little bit of carbohydrates.
Carbs, yeah. Well, the fruit's going to provide you with some carbs as well. You do want to have a good mixture because the protein's going to hold you over for a little while, especially with kids when they, they have their lunches vary, but they have to get through the first part of the day of school. So the protein's going to hold them over for a little bit. So that they can get to lunch without feeling too hungry.
Nice. And the American Heart Association, which is why you're on today, living a heart healthy kind of lifestyle. They have a Facebook page. There it is right there at the bottom of your screen. And you can find some of these tasty recipes, and you can also contribute some of yours. If you have some favorites at home that work with your kids and give them that energy and fuel for the day, definitely share those because everybody else wants to know what you've got going on at home too, and you can learn some nice recipes that will be good for the kids. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and all the work you do over there at MUSC.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it's a